as you know, PTA does a whole lot of activities. We provide a lot of scholarship and wonderful things for you guys. How many of your parents are in PTA involvement or officers? Very good. So you know the time and the planning that goes into what we're trying to do for all of our children in our district. I just have one pet peeve, and that is hats and hoods. If you could just take those off, I would greatly appreciate it, and we can move right on. Thank you, young man. I had an opportunity last year as your first VP to sit on a scholarship committee. We awarded 20 scholarships for our brush students. Out of the 20 scholarships, which are at $500 apiece, one person did not show up, and that person was the person who did not have a scholarship. So, I had an opportunity this summer to be in a youth parent youth parent summit where I had an opportunity to meet a wonderful person that goes from city to city, district to district, providing valuable information for our school-age children on how to fill out college applications, how to do scholarships. So, without me standing here giving you the blow-by-blow, I want to introduce to you a very fabulous person that does impeccable work in our community and other communities, and that is our Executive Director of College Now, Ms. Brandy Ray Hicks.
Hello, hello. Good afternoon, young minds. How are you? Good. This is a lively this session. All right, where's my class of 2018? Let me hear. That's it. 18. Let me hear 2018. I bet 2019 is better. Let me hear 2019. Hi, everybody. My name is Miss Brandy, and I was born and raised in Cleveland. Okay, one thing I'm not going to do is talk over.
Come on, guys.
Thank you. My name is Miss Brandy, and I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, but now I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I have a bachelor's in history from the University of Cincinnati, and I have an MBA in marketing and an MPA in nonprofit management from Keller in Atlanta, Georgia. And I go around the country speaking to young minds about how to transition into college and beyond through academic preparedness, financial literacy, and basic life skills. And I come here to Brush High School to talk to you guys and motivate you to think about what life looks like after high school. Now, I have toured the world with Neo. I've gone on world tour with Outkast. I've sung Happy Birthday to Jesse Jackson. I've met a lot of celebrities. I work in the sports and entertainment industry. However, say what? I'm Chris Brown. Okay. I work in the sports and entertainment industry, and all of that is great, but that's not how my story began. I was a high school student just like you all, and in my 12th grade year, I caught senioritis. How many of you all know what senioritis is in the 9th or 10th grade? Yes, I got senioritis. In my 12th grade year, I got lazy. I got unmotivated. I didn't think what life was going to be like after high school because trying to even finish my exams was hard. I failed math and English my senior year and didn't even know how I was going to progress on in order to get past high school. I caught senioritis and I just got stuck. But I'm here today to tell you that one application could change your zip code. One application can change your future. One application can change your income. One application can get you out of Cleveland to another opportunity. Now, like I said, I graduated high school with a 1.99999 GPA. And I think my counselor rounded it up to a 2.0 because my dad is a principal. He's not one, and he wasn't mine then. But my mom and dad are here today. As old as I am, my parents still support me in my dreams and my efforts. But I'm here to talk to you about the 10 things you need to complete your college application. Now, we only got about 10 minutes, so I'm going to run through this quick. Each one of you guys has a sheet of paper that lists all of the 10 things. There's a column on the left that lists the 10 things, and there's a column on the right that is blank. If anything in here applies to you, jot it down because that is your passport to your future. Got it? Yes? No? I don't know what you're talking about. Yes? All right, so let's run it. Number one. Somebody told me that if I pushed it too fast that I could not go backwards. Technical difficulties. I did not major in IT in college, that's for sure. So the first thing is your high school transcript. Your parents get up every day and go to work. They got a job. The reason why they got a job is because they completed a resume. A resume is a list of their work experience and their education that made them qualified for the job. Now, you as students, you all don't have full-time jobs. So your resume is your high school transcript. That is a list of all of your classes, your test scores, your activities, your ACT and your SAT grade. That tells the college that you are qualified to enroll in that school. Now, this is the official transcript request form from Brush High School. You complete this form in order to get your transcript from your counselor so you can apply to colleges or different scholarship opportunities. Now, by raise of hand, how many of you all have seen your transcript? Raise your hand. Great. Now, this is an example of a transcript. There's 7 key things on a transcript that you need to make sure that you check out. The first thing is your contact information. That proves your residency of who you are, where you live at. The second thing is your GPA. Now, this is someone that was in the 11th grade. So you see they're 11th, they're 12th, they're 9th, they're 10th, and they're 11th grade. Now, they were a student like me getting a 1.5 and a 1.99, but they had their senior year to rise to the top. The third thing on there is your GPA and your class rank. As you can see, their GPA is highlighted in the yellow section, but there's also a class rank. That student is number 40 out of 55. What that means is that there's 39 students that are smarter than this student. There are 15 students only behind that student that's less than smart than that student. So when you get your transcript, your goal is to be in the top rank of your high school because that lets colleges know where you were in your GPA in your class. The next thing is your activities. If you're in a school-based activity, that will be listed on your transcript. Your SAT and ACT test scores are listed on there, and those students that are in higher grades than you took the OGT test, and that's listed on there, as well as someone signing from your high school that says that this transcript is golden. Number 2 is your SATs, your PSATs, your ACT exams, your AP exams, and for those students that are taking the OGT test that are in higher grades, those are important too to get to college. The third thing is how are we going to pay for this? How much does it cost? Where are we getting this bread from? So the college tuition consists of your room and board, your meal plans, your books. You got to have health insurance in high school, and your IT fees. When you go to the computer lab in college and you use their resources, that costs. But we're going to talk about how you're going to pay for that. College application fees. Most colleges charge for you to apply to the school whether you get accepted or not. Some start around 35, some start around 50. But for those of you all that are on free and or reduced lunch, there's a form that you complete that you get from your counselor that may allow you to have that fee waived. That's why it's always important for you to have a good relationship with your high school counselor and or advisor or that graduation coach that helps you transition into college and beyond. Again, number 4, your high school counselor is the third person in your 3-person team that gets you to college. The first one is who? That's number 2, it's your mom. But who's the first one that's going to get you to school? You. Who's the second one?
Parent.
Who's the third one?
Counselor.
Your counselor. Mom and dad. Your dad can help too. But your counselor, you need to bridge a relationship with your counselors. Number 5, letter of recommendation. A letter of recommendation is a letter written by a non-family member that speaks on your behalf. How great you are, how wonderful you are, what a pleasant you are, or pleasant that you are to this society. They speak on behalf of you, whether it's a church member, a teacher, a coach, someone that you volunteer with. Someone needs to write a letter on your behalf, and some colleges require this. Some internships require this. Some scholarships require this. Number 6 and 7 is the writing portion. You need to pick something that is unique about yourself that they're asking you to write about your student autobiography. I met a student yesterday by the name of Raekwon. Now, for those of you all that listen to hip-hop like I do, I like Wu-Tang Clan. Now, Raekwon is one of the members of the Wu-Tang Clan. I'm sure his mama named him after one of my favorite rappers, which is Raekwon. But that is a great topic to write on your autobiography for your college because it's unique. Number 7, the college essay. Outline your college essay. It's very easy. It's just like writing a 5-paragraph essay for your English class. And when you write your essay, ask your English teacher to review it for you to make sure that you captured everything. Number 8. Now, I was just told that you all need 40 hours of community service in order to graduate as a requirement. Community service was the best asset that I had in order to be successful down in Atlanta. Because as soon as I got there, I volunteered. I volunteered with a lot of sports and entertainment nonprofits to give back, whether I was serving the homeless in a homeless shelter, or whether I was helping young minds in an after-school program, helping them tutor and helping them pass tests. That was a way for me to learn the community, get engaged and involved in order to give back. The best thing about giving back is that's how I got the base of my clientele. So, by volunteering and giving back, I was able to meet Ziggy Simmons. I was able to go on tour with Neil and his giving tour to give Christmas over 5,000 Christmas. And I was able to see the world with Andre 3000 with Outkast. So volunteering and giving back is probably going to be one of your most valuable assets. Number 9, how are we going to pay for this? About 80 to 90 college students are on some type of financial aid, scholarship, or loan. There is a free application for federal student aid, which is your FAFSA form. And that's when you need your parents' income, their tax return, in order to complete this application so the government knows how much student loan money to pay for your education. I currently now am paying back student loans. A lot of parents, a lot of adults receive financial aid in order to pay for their education. But 6 months after you graduate, you got to start paying those loans back. And there's nothing wrong with getting help in order to finance your education. And we just heard about a scholarship opportunity that helped defer the cost of your education. Number 10, of course, is your college application submission process. Some colleges want to see your mid-year and your final report. Remember, I just told you in my senior year, I probably started out with a 2.5, but then after Christmas time, around January and February, I started to slack off, and my college wanted to see what was my final GPA, what was my final transcript. When I sent them the final report, that's when my GPA reflected 1.9, 2.0. So it's very important your last year to not catch senioritis, to push through to your application. Now, I know some of you all are sitting there and say, well, Miss Brandy, I don't know about college. I may want to go into the military. I want to go into the career field. And that's fine. That's the choice between you and your parents. But learning does not stop after the 12th grade. An application will help you get to the next level. You fill out an application for your Facebook, your Keep, your IG, your Snapchat, because they ask you what's your name, your last name, your date of birth, what's your email address. They ask you questions you already know. That's what a college application is. They ask you a whole bunch of questions that you know the answer to, so why don't you try it? And you have a village here of your teachers and counselors and administrators that are helping you transition. Now, I've been living in Atlanta, and I've been watching the news and seeing all of the killings in Cleveland and all of the violence that's erupting. But an application can change your life. An application that you fill out to an apartment of your own can change your life. It's not just about filling out a college application. It's learning the tools to fill out the information to give you an option to get out of Cleveland, or an option to move on out of your parents' house, or an option to get your education. Because learning does not stop after 12th grade. Make sure that you have a plan. Now, this is a picture of me and my mom when I graduated with my second master's. And she always would tell me, you've got to have a plan. No matter what it is that you choose to do, you must have a plan. So, 4 things I want you to take away. Know what's on your transcript or what needs to be on your transcript. Build a relationship with your counselor. volunteer your time, and to apply to at least one job or college opportunity. My name is Ms. Brandy. My program is called College Clinic. Starting in November, we're doing College Application Month, and if you want to receive more information, come to my website, collegeclinic.org. Thank you very much, and good luck.
Wait, we have